Hello, Izumi Nation.
We're married.
Yeah, how crazy is that? Hey, remember how during my Of Bats and Gods video, I said I have no idea when I'm seeing this movie?
Well, we're finally seeing this movie.
It took us more than a month to find time and actually, I hate to say this, but to find the care to actually see Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. I can't say that title
With a straight
with
face.
a straight face. It's impossible. So here we are.
For Wonder Woman.
We're about to go see Batman v Superman, and it's weird going to it now because like normally when we before and after, it's before general opinions are out and rampant, and this movie generated some really
negative,
strong. I was gonna go really strong, but yeah, some really negative opinions like right from the get go. Yeah, so
a movie with a record break off from day 1 to day 3 in the box office is gonna be very interesting to watch.
And I mean, you know, the amount of money it makes, of course, isn't the telltale sign of its quality. I mean, Pacific Rim didn't make a lot of money, and we both love that movie.
True.
It's more, we saw Man of Steel the weekend it came out. And I don't like Murder Superman.
We liked it for the first 5 minutes after the movie, and then we thought about it.
Yeah, we liked it when we came out of the theater, and then it was one of those things like the more you think about it, the worse that movie gets. And
kind of like Nick's first viewing of The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, although I would almost rate that worse.
And now we're getting DKR. And by DKR, I mean Dark Knight Returns.
Sort of. So I guess this movie is stealing a lot from The Dark Knight Returns, yeah. And
we don't own that comic.
We do not. We should really fix that.
But we own that animated movie set.
Well, you know, if this movie doesn't turn out to be very good, we have
the animated version to watch.
Yeah, we have the animated Dark Knight Returns, which is
3 hours of depressing and honestly a pretty good time.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good movie. That one's actually good. Or another Batman meets Superman movie. We have the Paul Dini one. Yeah, we have World's Finest. I mean, that's another option.
I love Paul Dini. So.
It's weird. It's kind of a bummer that we're being so negative about this because, I mean, this is in theory. We should clarify. This is in theory 2 characters who we really like. Well, and with the Wonder Woman stuff, 3 characters we really like.
And the YouTube video of Aquaman, who most people don't like, but as soon as they saw who was playing him, they were like...
The thing is, I love Batman, I love Superman, I love Wonder Woman. Boy. And so here I am, just kind of being like, I'm already preparing myself for more sad Murder Superman and more an introduction of Batman inspired almost entirely by angry Frank Miller Batman, which is
he's kind of darkest timeline Bruce Dad, from what I hear.
Yeah, and maybe it'll be different. I like Ben Affleck as an actor. I like Henry Cavill as an actor.
Henry Cavill's amazing as an actor.
Go back and watch our Man from U.N.C.L.E. video if you don't believe us that we love Henry Cavill.
I like Ben Affleck as a person. He's a great person.
He comes off as a very cool guy. I'm still not a fan of Gal Gadot's casting.
I have nothing to say.
But maybe she'll actually be good in the movie. Jesse Eisenberg still looks like a small child pretending to be Gene Hackman rather than Lex Luthor, and I'm not expecting much better than that. In fact, I've been told to expect worse, which scares me.
He bothers me so much. I can't take it that he's doing the Joker voice. He's doing Mark Hamill Joker voice.
He's either the Joker or the Riddler, but he does not sound... At least the trailers do not make him sound like Lex Luthor.
He's not intimidating in the slightest.
Ugh.
I mean,
And it doesn't help that because we've been binge rewatching Young Justice on Netflix, that like I'm just keep being reminded of how great Lex is in that show.
we've been binge buying DC comics.
That too. And yeah, so I mean, we're going to be thinking about the comics going in, and it really troubles me that some people have told me that people who don't like this movie just haven't read the comics or don't know the comics, and I know the comics. We know the comics.
I will show you a picture. Here, insert picture right here.
Yeah, we read our damn comics. That's not the issue. If and you know, we love Marvel, we love DC, we love them both. So whatever our opinion is of this movie, it's not, oh, you like one, you don't like the other. No, we
No,
love
I
both.
grew up a DC and he grew up a Marvel, and our powers combined, we form something better, like Hellboy.
Oh, yeah, sure, that works. But yeah, I'm going into this movie with my the best advice I've been told going into this movie. I'm going to say this to wrap things up. What actually came from Arkham Eyes. Everybody loves Arkham Eyes. And Arkham Eyes said everyone is wrong about this movie. Everyone is either way, 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 way too positive about it, as if they're trying to defend it, or they're entirely too negative about it. And according to him, if you go in not expecting the greatest movie ever, but also not like expecting the worst movie ever, you might end up having a good time. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I just want this to be good. Or at least I want to be entertained by part of it.
In the meantime, have fun for your 3-second wait for us to come back from this movie.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe
And
this will be
at
crazy.
the end, we'll just give you some good comic recommendations because we're good like that.
Yeah.
I'm making this face.
I don't know.
What did we just watch?
Okay, so I think Arkham Eyes was right. This was not the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. This was not a good movie, though. Oh my god.
If they would have happily cut anything not involving Batfleck, we would have had a great Batman movie.
There's a pretty solid Batman movie here, yeah. Hiding. The sad and frustrating part about this movie is that there is a good concept for a movie at the core here. It's just that there's so much crap in there. Like, this is a frustrating movie because there's enough stuff that it could be good.
It was just edited like a piss poor toddler did it.
Oh my god, the editing is so bad. It's so bad, you guys.
No editing, no continuity, no flow of time. You get the time flow addressed 3 times during the course of the movie, and none of them make sense in comparison to one another.
There are some really good shots, but because the editing is bad, the shots don't work.
Things are out of order.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you're watching it in the correct order. Oh, man.
Why was Superman dragging the ship around?
Yeah, what was up with... Why is Superman so glum? This is the most joyless, sad, pathetic Superman ever. He's not, fun. He's not happy to be doing what he's doing. He's just this super sad man. Honestly, the Batman who this is closest to is, of course, Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns Batman, which...
You can save yourself a lot of trouble and just watch this movie.
Yeah, the animated Batman Dark Knight Returns makes way more sense, doesn't have nearly as many plot holes, or, you could read the book, which is honestly just as good.
Yep.
It's one of the few Frank Miller things I'll say nice things about,
Oh,
so take it while you can.
this is also only 148 minutes as opposed to that 3-hour saga we just watched.
Yeah, it's amazing that this super long. Batman though of the DC characters is the best represented character in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, because like he's he is very true to what Frank Miller Batman is, for all the goods and bads that come with being Frank Miller Batman. Ben Affleck is... Anyone who says Ben Affleck is good in this movie is being completely honest. Ben Affleck's really good. I think who gets undersold in this movie is Jeremy Irons, who is actually... I'll make this statement. This is going to be probably the most positive thing I'm going to say about this movie, and tell me if you agree, Rena. Jeremy Irons might be my favorite Alfred.
He's great.
He's phenomenal. Of the live-action Alfreds,
he looks like he's so fed up with Bruce's bullshit, too.
He's very funny. He adds much-needed levity to the story. Him and Bruce have very good verbal spars throughout the film. I appreciated that. Mm-hmm. And just like in the comics, everything Bruce is wrong about, Alfred's right about. So,
Okay, so Superman.
Superman, which is it?
We've got All-Star Superman.
Oh, no! No! It is not. It's not even close. Superman is once again just like same problem that we had in Man of Steel. He has... I shouldn't say same problem as Man of Steel, because Man of Steel, at least there was that scene where Superman enjoyed flying. Superman doesn't smile in this movie.
Nope.
He has zero fun. He takes no joy in what he's doing. He's questioning whether he deserves to be a hero, but also remembering things wrong, because he's like, my Earth dad always told me to be a hero. And I'm like, no, he didn't. Every scene he was in, he's like, you should just let people die, Clark. Who cares?
Okay.
His space dad cared, but he should.
And I've been reading this. Show them that.
It's The Secret History of Wonder Woman by Jill Lepore. If you haven't read it, or Jill Lepore, excuse me, if you haven't been reading this, and if you have any interest in, history and comic books, also women's studies, because this is like an entire semester of women's studies in one book.
This has made me almost vomit a couple times.
Not because it's bad.
Not because it's bad, but because it's really good. And it teaches history that blah, 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 blah. Nothing of that was touched on in this movie. Wonder Woman has no character in this movie.
I liked the scene where Lex Luthor tries describing Greek mythology, and she looks disgusted by it. That was great. That was legitimately great.
Bleep, no, son. I met Zeus. And it's New 52, so Zeus is my daddy, yo!
Maybe it's New 52?
It's New 52 because New 52 Harley is in Suicide Squad.
I guess. Who knows? This is a mess.
Okay. Characters who would have made this movie better, having them instead of Wonder Woman. Jim Gordon.
Oh. Who will be played by J.K. Simmons. Look at that.
Robin. Of any kind.
There was a dead Robin.
Yeah, and it's the best Robin to be dead.
I really do hope it's Jason. I really do hope it's Jason.
Babs
Gordon. Actually, she is apparently in, not as Batgirl, but apparently she's in the director's cut. The almost 30 minutes longer R-rated director's cut of the movie. Almost 30 minutes longer.
Is that, taken from that 5 hours of footage that would have actually made it a coherent story?
Maybe. It's amazing that this movie is 3 hours long, and it still feels like we're missing huge chunks of it. I was so... as a comic book reader, I was still confused by this movie. Because you can't tell me, oh, if you read the comics, you know what's going on. Because they have changed so many characters and rules from the comics that I can't assume that my comic book information matters because they've changed so much crap.
And I'm sitting here going, that wasn't the Flash.
That was totally the Flash.
That was not the Flash.
That was the Flash,
Why
dude.
was the Flash wearing Jason Todd's Red Hood and the Outlaws Red Hood costume?
Because in the future, you need to future. God, Ezra Miller's Barry Allen looks like a huge douchebag. He looks like a hipster douchebag. Ezra Miller's probably a good actor. I don't know.
They focused way too much. Like, they lingered on Jason Momoa way too long, so they made his scene inadvertently hilarious.
Yeah. The most of half of the Justice League are introduced by Wonder Woman watching YouTube videos.
The equivalent of YouTube videos.
Like, well, the thing is, like, the videos that they showed would have been better had they been viral YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like, had they put those online to get people excited for Justice League, that would have been way better than the thing that we got.
Could I have just gotten a live-action version of this?
Of Justice League War?
That would have, like, correctly introduced everyone, starting with Cyborg.
And I mean, Justice League War isn't even... Among the DC animated movies, it's not even that good a movie, but it's better than this.
I'm going to say, of the character introductions, you had two really good ones.
Okay.
You had Cyborg's introduction,
Mm-hmm.
which was terrifying.
Yeah.
By the way. And Bruce.
Yeah, I can't believe
This is the only time that I have liked watching Martha and
Thomas.
And Thomas Kent get...
Wayne Kent.
Wayne Kent, they have the same first names.
They have the mom has the same name. That's a plot point. Don't worry.
That's why I'm all messed up.
Oh my god.
Anyway, like, okay, fine, I get it. But I would have rather, had more character time with characters, character development, instead of terribly animated car chase scene, and terribly animated Wonder Woman has more muscle on her during the CG fight than actually when she was on screen.
It's so distracting because the CG model Wonder Woman is so much more muscular than the actual actress. It's really frustrating, actually.
Okay, there was way too much CG in this movie.
It's bad.
Batfleck getting out of the car was CG.
It's bad CG. There's some, like, PlayStation cutscene. Like...
Birds of Prey had better CG.
Ow.
You know I'm telling the truth.
Oh, I physically hurt. The Doomsday who showed up in Smallville looks better than the Doomsday in this movie.
Dragonheart had better CG.
Dragonheart's a good movie. Don't drag down Dragonheart.
I'm just talking about the CG.
Don't drag down Dragonheart. No,
Fine, Dungeons and Dragons had better CG.
Ouch. You are just hitting hard.
Age of Ultron, however, had worse CG.
Yeah, I guess it looked better than Age of Ultron, so there's an accomplishment, I guess.
Because the forest scene was trash.
This... If you can make any sense of this plot...
Please just note it all down for us.
Or rather, I guess, I shouldn't say that I couldn't make sense of it at all, because I did, but it was very hard to follow, because it was needlessly complicated.
Somewhere around
needlessly.
hour 2.5, the plot actually started, being coherent.
Oh my god, I was horrified when I looked at my watch, and I was like, we are an hour into this movie, and Batman and Superman have not actually met each other. Now, you had the weird Clark Kent Bruce Wayne scene at the gala, but that's not the same. Okay, so in the off chance that we are not the last people to see this movie, that people haven't seen this yet, that other people have somehow still not seen it, even though we took forever to see it.
Good choice.
Probably a good choice on your part, yeah. Um, that scene in the trailer where Lex is like, Bruce Wayne meets Clark Kent. I love bringing people together. Makes no sense.
Even in context.
In context, it makes zero sense. Because Clark is just some friggin' reporter, and Bruce is this billionaire. There's no reason he should be excited to introduce them to each other. He doesn't know who they are yet, so it's just this really weird scene. Now, granted, Lex is easily the worst actor in this entire movie. Jesse Eisenberg. He sucks.
One scene in. Oh! Jared Leto's playing the Joker in a different movie, so we can't have the Joker in this movie, so he's the Joker.
Yeah, now here, this is an interesting little factoid, and I'm wondering if it factored in. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, Warner Brothers was actually working on Batman vs. Superman. Like, this is not the first time they've tried to make this movie. And in that script, or at least in that treatment, the Joker and Lex Luthor were the bad guys. They were both in it. They're also both in the animated World's Finest movie. I can't help but wonder if in the first draft of the script for this movie, they were both in it. And somewhere along the lines, they just decided to combine them into one character without any rhyme or reason of what to keep and what not to.
I do have a hypothesis.
Yeah.
Why don't we just leave on hypotheses? Because I'm pretty sure everyone got our opinion.
Yeah.
I have a hypothesis for you, and this is not actually coming out of friggin' nowhere.
Uh.
Based on Lex Luthor's behavior, I am going to say that Jared Leto's Joker is actually his father.
I wonder if he's old enough for that. Maybe?
I don't know. Once you get dropped in a vat full of toxic waste, who knows?
That's true.
New 52 Origins, don't they suck?
Okay, I do want to... there are two things I did want to cover before we close.
Oh, okay.
One, things that I legitimately did like. Again, Batman/Batman and Alfred. Great stuff.
The Arkham video game fight scene.
Yeah, there's a straight up, it's straight up.
It was 5 minutes of straight up Batman being Batman, beating people up inside a warehouse.
It's great. That was probably the coolest thing in the entire movie. Highly recommended.
My vote for best. And I honestly enjoyed the whole PTSD dream of introducing Batfleck's personality disorder and phobia.
Wait, the Mad Max dream?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying the opening of the movie where you get to see how Martha and Thomas Kent...
Wayne.
Martha and Thomas Wayne die.
That was really... I was expecting to hate that part, because I've seen that happen so many times. I was wrong. That was one of the best parts of the movie.
It was the best done version of that, actually.
Yeah, that was really impressive.
Even though there was really terrible CG in that.
I still loved it.
Same. All of the pearls were CG.
So, let's just go, top 3 WTF moments. Trade off. You do one.
3.
There's a lot of just some WTF moments.
I'm not sure I understand.
I'm with you, Siri.
Okay, let me redo.
Wait, just have that as an outtake at the very end.
And I guess the last thing I'd like to leave off on, though, is WTF moments. What the heck was with that Mad Max dream? What the heck was with that whole thing with the Batmobile that was like a crappy version of the car chase from The Dark Knight?
Why did Bruce/Batman not have any burns on his skin from being trapped in that vehicle, or when his mascot
When the hell did they make that robot bat suit?
How did they know what kryptonite was without hacking the LexCorp?
Yeah, whose idea was it to just And for that matter, whose idea at LexCorp or the Pentagon was it to take the kryptonite rock and put it next to dead Zod? Was that just like was someone just looking really hard up for entertainment one day?
Big glowing green rock must put next to Zod.
How come Batman didn't pick up that little girl during Metropolis being destroyed and say
You're Robin now.
your name is Robin now?
Note I did that to Dick.
Okay, I know.
My favorite part was that guy leaving the theater every 10 minutes.
Okay, I know what we need to leave this video on. How to close this out. Martha! Why do you know that name? Who is Martha? Who is Martha? Who's Martha?
There is one Batman movie that I want to see this year, and it's the Lego Batman movie.
Yeah, that looked way better than Who's Martha? Who's Martha?
I might get a Batman I like!
Who's Martha?
Kent!